Brewers. And here's the first pitch of the night. A strike call, and we are underway.
Last couple times out for Clayton Richard, 12 innings, only 2 runs. He's kept the ball in the ballpark. In fact, going back 3 starts, only 1 home run allowed. And we talked about this Dodger team last night getting off to a great start. Collectively this year, up to this point, 26-19 versus left-handed starters.
1 ball, 2 strikes, underway on time at 7:05 at 68 degrees at game time. Switch hitting for Call. Comes in with a 12-game hitting streak. And pulls a foul. Well, start as a Padre. And Clayton Richard reaching, chop left side. The shortstop Cabrera. Looks for Call by a step, and that's the way this one begins. Here's the Padre defense tonight. Headley is in left, Tony at center, and Venable in right field. Cruz, Cabrera, Eck, and Adrian Gonzalez on the infield. Adrian, 6th among NL first baseman, part of 111 double plays. Padres as a team have turned 141, and they turned 3 last night, and they were all big.
Yeah, that one in the first inning wasn't your conventional double play, but
you're referring to that 4-3-4-6-5 conventional double play.
Cesar Ramos had 2 runners on, nobody out, was able to get a double play, help get himself out of that first inning.
No balls, 2 strikes on Orlando Hudson. Number 99. I can't read the jersey name because of the hair, but I believe that's Manny Ramirez. It's down low, a ball and 2 strikes.
I got extensions.
You've had that all year.
That's my call. No, I'm not a expert on the coif, but it's just an educated guess.
There's a lot of locks going on there. One-two delivery. And fouled back by Hudson. Hudson going with the double ear flap batting helmet.
Terry Pendleton, Otis Nixon, Vince Coleman. Tony, any others?
I would think that would be easier when you're a switch hitter.
Just use one batting helmet.
One helmet.
And all those guys were, correct? Pendleton, switch hitter.
Yep.
Otis.
Yep.
And who was the third guy? Vince Coleman.
Yep.
Switch hitters.
2-2. And a full count. From 0-2 to 3-2 on Orlando Hudson. Another chance for Cabrera. Backhands, throws. 2 down in the first. So that'll bring up Manny Ramirez. The Dodger fans cheering, the Padre fans not. In general. So you're calling extensions on that, huh?
Just a guess. Because remember Joe Torre told them last year to
trim it up
a little bit.
Yep.
I mean, and I know we did some research on how fast, the human hair grows. But it got really long quickly.
A 1-0 to Manny. He was 0 for 4 last night with a couple of strikeouts and also grounded into a double play.
What's a key pitch you guys think tonight to watch for as far as from Clayton Richard?
Fastball in.
Yeah. I think he's really having a tough time catching up to it, getting on top of it.
I don't think he's the only one in this Dodger lineup right now.
There it is. Now remember, we've got Tim McClellan behind the plate tonight. Very good umpire. He verbalizes to the catcher and to the hitter when it's a strike, but he's a little delayed. So with his mechanics behind the plate.
Appeal. No, says Andy Fletcher at first. 3-1 count. 5-pitch walk to Manny Ramirez, who's on with 2 outs. Richard close on a couple of pitches, but walks Manny.
In fact, you know what? That last pitch, I threw my hands up in the air without saying anything, Tony, and I know that's a shocker to you. But they do have the ability in the truck to check out the tracks, even though we don't show it. Tracks like that last pitch.
Track likes a lot of pitches. You know, and the thing about it is, hey, just get outs. You know, if you're a pitcher, you make what you think is a quality pitch, you don't get the call. It's not going to change. Focus on the next one, and that's, you know, we're sitting here hoping that they get outs. But you know, when that guy's on the hill, he doesn't worry about it. You just go out and try to make a good pitch. What's your next? Mud almost jumped up and touched the ceiling in our booth here on that ball 4.
Boy, that's a good move.
Big numbers for Kemp this year, 301, 26 homers, and he's right at 100 runs batted in. Lines it past Cabrera into left field. Ramirez down to second, and it's 2 on, 2 outs in the Dodgers first.
And that's what I was just getting ready to say. I mean, you know, who's the guy you don't want to let beat you in this lineup right now? Is it Manny or is it
I think it's
Matt Kemp?
Kemp.
And I think
it's
it is
Kemp
Matt
also.
Kemp.
You betcha.
Look at the numbers for these 2 guys against the Padres. Kemp's a couple of homers, 10 RBIs. Ethier's been the one guy, 4 homers, 15 RBI. But Joe Torre shuffling the deck a little bit and putting Kemp in the 4-hole tonight. Remember early in the year he was hitting 8th. Matt Kemp was.
Out of the dirt to James Loney. Loney last night 0 for 4. Two on, 2 outs in the LA first inning. Only looking to run a Ramirez back to second. Well, Richard got the first 2. Next 2 have reached. Former Padre Mark Loretta on deck. Well, you know. He takes a strike.
Well, we've seen this before where Clayton Richard will hit a streak to where they'll find difficulty throwing the ball over the plate and throwing good strikes. The thing that really hurts is when you don't get a close call like that. You make a quality pitch and you don't get the call.
Left center, and Tony waiting. Dodgers put a couple men on with 2 outs, and both are stranded. Padres coming up. District of Southern California. Gwynn leading off. Then Eckstein, Adrian Gonzalez batting third and leads the National League again with 113 walks. Headley cleaning up, then Venable at right with Kuz playing third base. Hundley catching, Cabrera at short, and the pitcher is Clayton Richard.
And for the Dodgers tonight, 30-year-old right-hander all-star John Garland, durable pitcher, very dependable pitcher that the Dodgers acquired from the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's going to give you innings each and every year, 200, just around 200 or 200 plus. Talk about his repertoire. A lot of two-seamers. Elevate with 2 strikes. He throws a nice changeup. He'll cut the fastball. He'll throw a slider.
Tony leading off, and he takes a high strike. Wynn, Eckstein, and Adrian Gonzalez in the San Diego first inning. Right up the middle and into center field. Third hit of the series already for Tony, and he begins the first with a base hit.
Well, Junior stayed back on that very nice. Looked like a changeup. He hit it right back up the middle. Sure. Compact swing, right back where he hit it, right back where it came from. That's what you'd like to do.
Second time where I've noticed in this series, on the home run and that side view that we had, that front foot was down and down for a while.
What he's working on.
And keeping his hands back nicely.
That's what a lot of guys will work on during the course of the year. Usually when you start, you get into a rut where you're taking bad swings, it's that front foot. You can't pull the trigger until it's on the ground.
First one to act as a strike with the inside corner.
Yeah, as I was talking about, he gets that. You can't actually pull the trigger, swing the bat until that foot is on the ground. And when he was struggling, it was late, and now he's gotten his timing back, and he's been swinging good for 2 weeks or so now.
That was the home run last night. Fly ball to right field. And Andre Ethier in a few steps. Here's the LA defense brought to you by SD Storage, where $1 moves you in. Go to SDStorage.com to find a store near you today. And Casey Blake ailing with a bad hamstring. They had Castro starting at third last night, and tonight it's Mark Loretta.
I was just happening to look through take a look at the shift with Adrian coming to the plate. Looking at Mark Loretta's numbers over, he's put together one heck of a big league career. Close to 300, just a tad under 300 career average.
Loretta playing over on the right side of the infield with the shift on with Adrian at the plate. So 3 defenders on the right side for Call staying on the left side.
Once again, for Call staying at shortstop because of his range.
Mm-hmm. In this shift, both of the infielders, Loretta and Hudson, both are, on the infield dirt. Normally, second baseman might be shallow in outfield grass, but they're thinking they can still turn too.
One ball, 1 strike.
There's a 2-seamer I was talking about from John Garland. After missing away with the first one, that one is a legitimate strike and tipped into the glove of Martin.
Inside, Martin comes up looking Tony back to first. Adrian walked 3 times last night. His only official at bat came in the 8th when he struck out. One on, one out of the Padre first. Garland's 2-1. batting cleanup up next.
With this, with the shift on the infield, you would think that they would try to bust Adrian in, but they really don't. They throw him stuff running away, thinking he's going to jump out there and try to pull it.
Martin setting up away again, and outside, ball 4.
Well, let's take a look at the way John Garland went after Adrian Gonzalez. Really nothing much to hit. First pitch, two-seamer. In fact, the whole sequence of pitches are two-seamers away. Well, there's a breaking ball. They wasted down and in. But I don't think he even had an intention to really throw that for a strike. And Adrian is a smarter hitter than that. And, with a guy on first base, he's not going to swing at a bad pitch that badly out of the strike zone.
2-men aboard for Chase Headley. Hits the breaking ball just foul past first. Broke the bat.
He'll throw that cutter. He'll throw that slider into lefties, and hence the broken bat when you get in that kitchen.
Garland also has a real good changeup that he likes to throw. He's not one of those guys that, kind of gives you the power of motion. Everything is kind of under control. It's nice and easy and deliberate.
Double cuteness sighting.
.262 average for Chase with a dozen home runs. Wynn and Adrian on base with 1 out. Chase last night 0 for 4. Moves outside, 2 balls and a strike.
Really relying on that two-seamer away to lefties. We talked about that slider down into Adrian. He threw in earlier to Headley, broke his bat. But this is an opportunity for the Padres to get something going here and score a run. Garland's been pitching well the last 2 times out. 14 innings, last 2 starts, no earned runs, although 4 unearned runs, but no earned runs in the last 14 innings.
Marlins 2-1 to cleanup hitter Chase Headley. A little bit off that outside corner, 3-1.
And you're going to get something to hit with Garland. He's usually around the plate. If he walked Adrian because I don't think he really wanted to pitch to him.
Yeah.
If he walks Chase, oh my goodness, look at that do. Double do. If he walks him here, he's probably trying to be too fine.
To left field and down. Manny plays it on a bounce. Here comes Tony. He will score. Adrian stopping at second. It's 1-0 San Diego as Headley picks up his 63rd run batted in.
That's just good hitting by Chase Headley. Now, everything he saw was away from him, so he didn't try to pull it. He went with it, sliced it into left field for a base hit. Same fastball running away, down. Stays on it nicely, inside outs it to left field. Junior comes around and scores, and the Padres have an early lead. Exactly what you want.
And with the 4 hitters that have come to the plate this evening, Venable, Kuzmanov, those guys, especially your left-handed, you're going to get a heavy dose of 2-seamers away.
I agree.
Here he is, left-handed hitting Will Venable. Just foul past third, going with that outside pitch. And it was only a foot or 2 from hitting that third base pillow.
I know the idea, and Tony, you can elaborate on this. the idea for any hitter, especially if a guy throws a lot of two-seamers, is to get that pitch up, right?
Yeah.
Well, Headley did a nice job of going down and attacking that one because that pitch was down in the zone.
Well, 3-1, you figure you're going to get something around the plate, so just get your thought together what you want to try to do. Because to me, if Garland keeps running that fastball away from left-hand hitters, and they show him they're willing to go the other way, as we saw with his next pitch was a breaking ball down and in. He's going to have to go to change his attack a little bit to get hitters out. I think you're right, Adrian. He didn't want any part of Adrian, but he's going to make him hit his pitch.
Will doesn't go fishing. Two singles and a walk here in the Padre first. 1-0 San Diego. Winnable up with 2 on, 1 out. Pop foul back. That'll reach the seats. Into the top of the 6th now at Coors. Colorado leading the Brewers by a run. Rockies 3.5 behind the Dodgers. 3 up on Atlanta. Actually 3.5 up now on Atlanta because the Braves lost to Florida again, 5-4. Faced it in the dirt and strikes out. First strikeout for John Garland, 2 outs.
Looks like the curveball, the number 2, Uncle Charlie. William did not bite on it, 0-2, but as Garland works the count, gets his first strikeout of the night.
Kevin Kuzminoff in his first game back last night, 1 for 4. Knocked in what proved to be the winning run in the 6th with a base hit. All 1 inside.
Well, you like to see number 20 up there as far as pitch count is concerned for Garland tonight, I know it's the first inning, he's still fresh, but still. It's nice to get that pitch count up.
Cruz to third, speared by Lorena, picks it up, throw to second. Just getting Headley on the force out to win the inning. Well, Lorena did not field it cleanly. They're able to pick it up very close at second. Padres do get a run, though, in the first. Padres have a 1-0 lead, and Mark Loretta leading off for Los Angeles. Loretta, then Ethier, and Russell Martin, 6, 7, and 8 batters.
You know what makes Mark Loretta such a great acquisition for a team like the Dodgers? Sure, you know, he's into his 14th year of big leagues. Career .297 hitter going into this year. He knows his role.
And a pitch up, hit deep to left field. Headley back, and at the warning track makes the catch. Loretta making a bid for his first home run of the season. But caught by Chase about midway onto the track in left for the first out.
I thought I had a chance, Tony.
Yeah, when they left the bat, the ball was up.
Oh, elevated, you betcha.
Looked like he was able to get to it, but Chase catches it right at the wall.
But getting back to my point, he's one of those veteran guys that could, you know, go into a club and say, hey, I want to play every day. But that's not his style. He knows his role. No. He'll get a start every now and then, a key pinch hit, because great pinch hitting numbers.
Yeah. Well, I think that's because versatility really comes into play. I mean,
yeah.
He's played first, second, third. You know, he's a really good pinch hitter. I think he's become one of those guys that Joe Torre can depend on late in the game. And you're right. You know, he's been a starter. He's been a guy coming off the bench.
Ethier hits it on the ground to Eckstein. 2 away. Ethier with a lefty on the mound tonight, batting in the 7th spot in the order for Los Angeles. Here's the catcher, Russell Martin. Jumping on the first pitch and a 1-hopper to Coos. Clay Richard retires the Dodgers in order in the 2nd. And the bottom 3 coming up for San Diego.
Start your weekend off with a bang with Friday Fireworks. Enjoy a spectacular fireworks show following every Friday home game.
This Friday night, last one of the year, October 2nd. Stay after the game for a Friday Fireworks presented by Padres Banking at Bank of America. Garland to face the bottom 3 in the Padres order of the 2nd. 1-0 San Diego. Headley with an RBI base hit that chased in Gwynn, and here's Nick Hundley to lead off. Nick scored a run last night. He takes the curveball down low. Outside from Garland, 2-1. Hundley, Cabrera, and Clayton Richard in the San Diego second. Hundley to right center field. Base hit. And on the run is Ethier. And cannot cut it off until he gets to the warning track. Nick to second. And he'll stop with a double. 15th two-base hit for Hundley. And that's the way the Padres second gets going.
Kid, very nice. Ball down in the zone. Doesn't try to pull it. Goes the other way. And Andre Ethier made a good play cutting this ball off, because if he doesn't, I think Hundley's going to be able to get all the way to third. But Andre Ethier able to run this ball down and not let it get all the way to the wall. And a nice piece of hitting by Nick Hundley, and the Padres have another runner in scoring position.
Leadoff double, and here's Everett Cabrera. The runner comes in on the grass at third. Check swing, breaking ball, strike one.
That would have been a perfect pitch. I mean, who's going to guess first pitch breaking ball from Garland? But to hook to the right side, speed up his bat, possibly extra bases. If he pulls something inside that first base bag, Loney is well off the bag at first base.
Now wanting to bunt and foul back, and he's in the hole 0-2.
Back-to-back breakers.
I don't think he was bunting just to get him over to third either. I think he was bunting, trying to get a ball on the right side, trying to get himself an infield hit.
Strike out at Cabrera, who saw 3 straight curveballs there.
Good tilt on this curveball. You know, if you're a two-seam pitcher, I was going to guess maybe pound the zone down and away, keep that ball in front of the runner. But Everett's very anxious, trying to go out after that rather than waiting the ball to travel to him out in front when he's behind in the count. He gets a strikeout.
Pitcher Clay Richard takes a fastball for a strike. One for 17 as a Padre. He was 1 for 3 with the bat with the White Sox in interleague play this year. Two straight fastballs, and it's 0-2. Breaking ball pulled foul.
Well, Milwaukee's threatening in the 6th inning with 2 outs. Colorado leads 5-4, and they have the bases loaded.
Marlins 0-2 pitch. Tad off that outside corner. Leadoff double by Hundley. He's at second with 1 out. 1-2. And the breaking ball in the dirty waves and misses, and is tagged by Russell Martin. 2 outs. Enjoy Sequan Casino's incredible all-you-can-eat buffet featuring prime rib, peeling-eat shrimp, and over 100 scrumptious items, all for only $10. 2 down, and here's Tony Gwynn.
Question for you, Mr. Gwynn. First at bat of the evening. Tony singles up the center of the diamond with a fastball. Does Garland try to trick him like he did Cabrera with off-speed stuff? Maybe?
That's what I would be thinking. I mean, that's.
Are you sitting breaking ball?
Yeah,
right.
that would be. You know, the fastball that he's thrown to lefties tonight has been tailing away.
Here's the first pitch
Starts him
curve.
out with a first pitch curveball. And that one he threw for a strike. The strikeout of Richard and Cabrera. He wasn't trying to throw it for a strike. He was trying to get him to chase. And so he's already hit the fastball. He starts him out with a breaking ball to put the thought in his mind. And you know, it's going to be fastball away, running away, or that breaking ball.
Pulled foul.
And of course, he throws a fastball in.
That looks like
a little bit of a cutter in.
Yeah.
Speed him up.
Speed him up, slow him down.
Well, the breaking ball that his last two strikeouts has been that breaking ball that he wasn't trying to throw for a strike, trying to get him to chase.
Garland's fastball inside, 1-2. Tony singled to center and scored in the first. 1-0 Padres in the bottom of the second. Hundley led off the inning with a double to right center. He is at second with 2 outs.
Curveball.
In the dirt and blocked by Martin to his left. Hundley holding at second.
Seems to me when Martin sets up down the center of the plate and he has that little squat behind the plate, right, the legs are spread out, anticipating the ball in dirt, that indicates to me curveball. When he sets up inside, it's fastball or like a cutter. But the hitter, of course, can't see that.
Yeah. Well, you know, he didn't want to throw the breaking ball for a strike, and you know, Martin was ready to block it and keep it in front.
Fastball in.
And broke his bat.
That's a 2 I count tonight for
I think that's
Garland.
Cutter in.
Yeah.
Cutter, slider, 87 miles an hour.
Good pitch.
Thinking that's more of a cutter.
Another 2-2 coming from Garland. Breaking ball in the dirt. Stein on deck. It was 0-2. Now it's a full count on Tony. Popped up left side, and Loretta behind the back. Makes the catch in fair territory. Leadoff double by Hundley, and he is stranded. Padres have left 3, but at the end of 2, lead at 1-0. And 1-2 for LA, and John Garland, the pitcher, leading off. Takes a first pitch strike. Rockies and Brewers 5-4, bottom of the sixth, and Rockies have a couple of runners on with one out. Garland 0 for 11 with the bat as a Dodger.
It's going to be interesting to see how he figures into their postseason rotation. Will he be coming out of the bullpen, or will he be a guy to get a start? We were discussing last night, Randy Wolf being, really the guy that's thrown the best, although Billingsley threw real good last night, too.
Strikeout of Garland begins the third. First strikeout for Clayton Richard. The standings presented by Firestone, a tradition of innovation. Rockies right now 3.5 up on the Braves as Atlanta lost to Florida tonight 5-4. The Tigers beat the Twins. 7-2 was the final, so they're up 3 games now on Minnesota. The Twins had a chance yesterday in game 2 of that split doubleheader with the win to tie the Tigers, and now just like that, Detroit's 3-up.
Yeah. It turned around quickly. Momentum being 1 game out after winning the first game yesterday. Then losing the next 2 and find yourselves 3 games out with 4 to go.
Strike at the knees, 2 for Call. Enters tonight with a 12-game hitting streak. 0 for 1 as he began the game with a ground out to short. The 2-1 pitch. 3-1.
You guys saw on the pregame show, Kevin Towers flew with the Blue Angels.
Great feature.
It's good to see Kevin get some color back in his face after going.
Ever trying to backhand it. And for Call is on. An error charge to Cabrera, his 21st. I think he had time to get in front of that.
Yeah.
The short hop got him. Got on the heel of the glove.
He's been really good this year at moving his feet and getting himself, in the proper
It
position.
just looked like he had time to get in front of that, didn't
Yeah, I think so.
First pitch strike to Orlando Hudson.
By the way, Kevin went Mach 1.04 in that jet today. Supersonic, dude.
And pulled about 7 Gs. That's incredible.
No way. No.
No, I couldn't do that. I can't. Mud, would you do it?
Yeah, you do it. Let me answer it for him. Yeah.
You better fast for like a week before you try that. There's the 0-1. Chases the high fastball. Here's KT. In fact, the gentleman, his pilot, is in the booth with us as well. And
That's that look.
Good night for just a second or two.
I remember seeing Kevin like that back in Yuma, back in the spring training days at Johnny's. Around closing time.
A chance to turn a pair. Eck gets it to Adrian. 6-4-3 ends the inning. Hudson bouncing it to Everett, to Eck, to Adrian.
Hey kids, be at Petco Park for the final game of the regular season when we play the Giants on Sunday, October 4th at 1:05 and get your free Padres school set.
All kids 14 and younger receive a free Padres school set presented by Scholar Share College Savings Plan, managed by Fidelity Investments. Get your tickets today online at Padres.com. Eck leading off. He takes outside. The Rockies have added to their lead. 8-4 Colorado in the top of the 7th.
Just not going to make it easy on him.
Eck, left side. Picked by Loretta, and Eck is on to begin the 3rd. Loretta was cheating in.
Tried
to a base hit.
Tried to get that on the short hop. Try to kind of smother that and get it on the short hop, and looking for the bunt. Eck will take the base hit.
That'll bring up Adrian. Get a button up to comment on the Blue Angels and the Pilots that were in here. You know what? Those guys are athletes themselves.
Yeah.
To be able to do what they do up there,
You bet they are.
incredible.
You heard the pilot's voice. He was calm, pulling 7 Gs, and he's calm, trying to talk Kevin through it.
Adrian picked up a 5-pitch walk in the first inning, his 114th free pass of the season. Left side, and over comes for Paul to make the catch. They had the shift on again, and Adrian going the other way, but a little pop-up caught by the shortstop.
He almost broke his bat on that one, but look at another breaking ball into the lefty, Adrian Gonzalez, and a little looper to the left side.
Well, if this ball's a little bit closer to third base, that's a base hit.
Yeah.
And get dirt. It's going to make a divot in the dirt.
Quick check on Eck. Headley single to left in the first, which knocked in the only run of this game. In on him, strike one.
I think Garland has decided, you know what, I was out over the plate that first go around. Let me start mixing in this little cutter or slider in on the left-handed hitters and mixing that up with the breaking ball. He's done a pretty good job here.
Guys, looking at the schedule, and correct me if I'm wrong, the Padres have an off day tomorrow.
Right.
But the Rockies still play, right?
Right.
On that Thursday. So that'll be interesting. I mean, hypothetically, let's say Rockies win tonight, Padres win tonight. Rockies win again tomorrow, then that half game is eliminated. Then it's the Dodgers and Rockies. It's almost like what you guys were up against in L.A. in '96, right?
Yeah, they'll be 3 games down with 3 games to go.
Yeah.
And, you know, obviously you want to win a division. I mean, I think you want to win a division.
Sure.
And if I'm Joe Torre, I want to win a division so I can get my pitching in order for the postseason. Maybe give one of the everyday guys a day off if I can.
Dodgers also still playing for best record in the NL for home field throughout at least the National League side. Of course, the American League has home field in the World Series.
And of course, that scenario I just mentioned, Rockies win, Padres win tonight, off day tomorrow. If Rockies lose, Dodgers will probably get together somewhere and, I don't know, Chuck E. Cheese maybe. Whoop it up a little bit.
You think they all going to get together and watch the Rockies game tomorrow if they lose tonight?
I bet you they do.
You think so?
I bet you some guys will. Not like the old days where everybody would get, maybe rent a room somewhere, a hotel suite or a conference room somewhere and have a big screen TV brought in. See, that's what camaraderie is all about, teammates is all about, don't you think?
Yeah.
I would want something like that, personally. highly unlikely that on an off day everybody's going to be able to get together.
Yeah.
Breaking ball into right field. That's down to second, and Headley is 2 for 2. Hit it on that curveball and pulled it to the right side.
That's exactly right. He waited, he let it get there, and see the spin on that breaking ball. Kind of a 12-6 breaking ball, straight up and down. He stayed back on it. Knocks it in the right field for a base hit.
Well, the Padres are doing a fine job tonight just putting the ball in play, because the reason why I mentioned that, last 3 times out for Garland, 20 innings, 19 hits, only 2 earned runs. But my point is, fewer hits than innings pitched, but the Padres have 5 hits. This being their 3rd inning. They need a big hit here from William.
Hits the breaking ball in the air to right center field. Ethier over in the alley makes the catch. Tagging is Eck. He will advance to 3rd, and runners will be at the corners with 2 outs. Venable jumping on the first pitch, flies to right center. He will put it in the lap of Cruz here with 1st and 3rd, 2 away. Have been hit into an inning-ending fielder's choice in the 1st. Garland's next pitch will be his 50th of the night. Right in on Cruz, strike 1.
Mentioned the last 3 starts for Garland. Fewer hits than innings pitched, only 1 fewer hit. Well, when you look at the big picture the whole year, he's 4th in the National League in hits allowed. Going into this game with 218 behind Zach Duke, Derek Lowe, Paul Maholm, and Garland in the number 4 spot.
We've kind of seen that already in this game. We're only in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Padres have 5 hits, but only 1 run. And when he's needed to make a pitch, he's been able to come up with it.
One extra base hit he allowed was the leadoff double to Hundley in the 2nd, and Nick was stranded there. Old foul. Kevin in the hole, 0-2. Counted away to Cruz. There's a slider.
Just noticed across the way beyond the scoreboard, left center field in that building, there's a light there. Changing colors. Whether it's just decoration or kind of catches your eye because it's always blinking. It's out of the batter's view though.
Left field. Ramirez back and goodbye. That's a 3-run shot for Kevin Kuzminoff. Number 18 on the season. 4-0 Padres. That was a line shot over the fence and left.
That was a short stroke, too. He got to that nicely.
Wow. A 1-2 pitch. A pitch that's down and in a little bit, and Kuz just drops the head. Boy, Manny just gave a little courtesy turn there, hoping that the ball was going to hit the wall.
There's nothing he could do.
No chance.
Yep. I always hear you describe Cruz as a low ball hitter, and there's another example of that. Not a bad pitch, it's down.
Right.
Way down. And he just puts a nice short stroke on it, hits it out of the ballpark.
And once again, some more two-out thunder from the Padres. We've seen that.
I mean, this pitch is damn.
Mm-hmm. If taken, probably called a ball. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Curve in the dirt to Nick, who doubled his first time, appeal denied.
If you're Garland, that's kind of like the last thing you expect to happen on a pitch that's down like that one was, but Kuzmanoff got under that and golfed it out.
Two and two.
Well, as I mentioned earlier in the ball game, Garland not allowing an earned run in the last 14 innings. The Padres putting up 4 so far tonight. I think the back's feeling A-OK for Kuz.
RBIs 86, 87, and 88 for Kevin. .368 feet on that line drive home run to left. And there's the big hit you were asking about.
Yeah. Garland had, find a way to get out of trouble. I mean, Hitley got the first hit, but they weren't able to get any more in two-out thunder.
Like 3 on the outside corner, but the Padres get the 3-run home run from Kevin Kuzmanoff. Number 18 on the season from Kuz. After 3. Which two broadcasters preceded Vince Scully in the Dodgers broadcast booth? You're going to have to go back to Brooklyn. That's the only hint I'll give you. 3, 4, and 5 batters for Los Angeles in the 4th. Manny Ramirez leading off. There's Hall of Fame broadcaster Vince Scully.
The man. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
The stories never get old with him. Great stories back in the day. Even when he played at Fordham, those are fun to listen to.
3 balls and a strike. Ramirez walked in the 1st inning. As the count in his favor here, 3-1 leading off the 4th. And a leadoff walk. Richard has walked 2, both times giving out a free pass to Manny Ramirez.
After getting the 3 spot, that's the last thing you want to do is walk the leadoff guy.
Especially as well as Matt Kemp has been hitting.
That's the other reason, is that this is the guy that's really swinging a bad well.
Kemp singled to left center his first time. That has been the only Dodger hit to this point. There's a strike on the outer half. Rockies have a 4-run lead in their game in the 7th. The Padres have a 4-run lead here in the 4th. Cabrera. Eck. Adrian. Second one turned by the Padres tonight. That goes 6-4-3.
One thing that I noticed on that double play ball, and you guys will agree with me, Everett had plenty of time to square himself up, get in front of this baseball, and make the flip throw to second base rather than trying to backhand it. And that's a nice double play. It's huge for Clayton Richard.
Watch him work his feet to get in front of this ball. And a strong feed to Eckstein. He turns the double play, and pitcher's best friend eliminates that leadoff walk.
5 double plays turned by the Padre D in this series. And that's bounced up the middle by Loney. Cabrera throws him out at first with his momentum, carrying Everett all the way to the first base side of the infield. Nice range for the rookie shortstop. Loney thought maybe he had a base hit up the middle, and Cabrera says, not tonight. A walk, a double play, nothing across. Shortstop Everett Cabrera leading off, and he takes outside for ball 1. Cabrera showing off with the leather in the top of the inning. Padres turned a couple of double plays tonight, and Everett has begun. Tonight with the stick, 0 for 1. 2-0 pitch from Garland. Now low ball 3. Rivera takes a strike. Everett to right center field. Kemp can't come up with it, and it goes all the way to the fence, and now Cabrera's off to the races. on his way to third. He's going to be there standing up. A leadoff triple. Camp racing to his left, took a stab at that ball, but came up empty. And when it got past him, Everett able to motor all the way to third.
Well, Cabrera hit this ball hard, and Kemp tried to cut it off. He tried to cut that ball off, but once it got by him, there was no question Cabrera was going to get to three. It was going to be whether or not he had an inside the park home run or not.
You know what I'm glad to see there? How many guys would slide into third base? A lot of guys. Because they like to slide, don't they? I love it when a guy has a stand-up triple, because that means, A, you hit the ball in a great spot of the ballpark, and 2, I got some speed, yo.
Yeah.
I don't have to get dirty. I can do it standing up.
He even took a turn. His 8th triple. Jake Peavy was talking right out of spring training how much he likes Everett Cabrera in 2009.
I tell you, I like our shortstop Cabrera that we Rule 5. I tell you, he looks like a miniature Rafael Furcal for me. I think in the next few years he's going to work himself into being a very good player. I think he may be the shortstop of the future here for San Diego. We got to all remember that he's coming from low A ball, which is a big jump to where he is today. But he's certainly impressed.
And the name that sticks out of there, Furcal, obviously, who's here tonight, the guy that Cabrera has modeled his game after.
Switch hitters, both with strong arms.
That's the one thing I was going to say. The arm is just
Yeah,
incredible.
Like twins.
Fielders cheating in with the pitcher at the plate. 2-0 count. Waiting fans swinging in the second. Padres trying to add to a 4-0 lead in the bottom of the fourth. Puts it in play, runner holding, and Furcal gets the out at first. Furcal only had to go a step or two to his left, and the Padres, with nobody out at the time, elected to keep Cabrera at third. No contact play on.
Well, when we were comparing Furcal and Everett Cabrera, Everett is 5'10", 176. Furcal, 5'8", 187. According to the media guide. So pretty much out of the same mold.
And that's, I bet you if you looked at Furcal when he first came up, it'd be the same thing.
Yeah.
5'8", about 175.
And George Torrey comes out, and that's going to be all for Garland. It was just 3 1/3. You can stop by Discount Tire for a free tire and runner at third, Cabrera with 1 out. Gwynn batting. New pitcher is a left-hander, Scott Elbert.
got Albert, fastball, a slider, and a change. Low 90s, a natural cutter. Joe Torre electing to go with the matchup here, lefty on lefty. Albert pitched 2/3 of an inning last night and surrendered a 1 hit.
Our pitching profile brought to you by Mission Federal Credit Union with over 20 branches in San Diego County. We're safe, sound, and standing by you. Anthony tonight has singled and scored and popped to third. 1-1 pitch. Runner coming for the plate. Hudson throws home, and now Cabrera in a rundown. Martin chasing it back towards third. The ball gets loose, and Loretta tangled him up, and they're going to let Cabrera score.
You know, I've never seen that. The guy going back to the bag he originally was on and getting awarded home plate.
I know to me it looked like he tried to hold his legs.
It looked like he grabbed him.
Yeah, like he grabbed him.
At least that was the impression you got from our vantage point with him trying to get back to third base.
Cabrera trying to get, and this, see the leg lock right there?
Yeah.
What in the Kent Herbeck is going on there? You're right. He put the old scissors on him.
Put the leg lock on him.
Look at that. But I've never seen that, Tony. A guy going back to the original bag, third base, and the umpire awarding the runner home plate. That's funny. And you know what? Credit Tony. I mean, you know, we're focusing on Everett here, but Tony didn't even break stride.
No,
Everett was telling him, he was waving him, he was directing traffic, go to second base, go to second base. Well, it worked out great for the Padres.
Fielder's choice E5. That's third base umpire Greg Gibson making the call on obstruction.
And no argument from the Dodger dugout, huh?
None.
It was. I thought it was fairly obvious, but you know, sometimes the umpire, you know, can't see that. But once the ball got by Loretta, I mean, that's the old WWF move right there, isn't it?
1-0 to Eckstein is up high.
Now Everett has got to be explaining. Look, okay, he dropped the ball. I'm trying to get back to the bag. The next thing I know, I can't move.
He kind of dragged Loretta a little bit too.
How many times are we going to see that play now?
I was expecting Loretta to get like a folding chair and like hit him on the back with it. Throw him into the turnbuckle.
Look at the leg lock.
Look, Loretta, he kind of drags him.
2-0 pitch. That's up high. All getting by, and
tell you what, Mark Loretta might be getting an email or a call from Vince McMahon.
WWF all the way, huh?
Yeah.
3-0 pitch. And a strike. And the way the rule is, since the obstruction occurred between third and home, he gets the next base.
Really?
Even though he's trying to get back to third, it's between third and home, he gets the next base. The obstruction called on third baseman Loretta. And ball 4 to Eck.
I know I've never seen that before, but you know what? There was nobody argued on that Dodger side. Joe Torre didn't come out to talk to third base umpire Greg Gibson or anything. And I just knew Cabrera was trying. Once the ball got by him, he was trying to get to the bag, but he couldn't get there.
Well, the only argument was in wrestling was at 2 points or 1 point for the takedown. Adrian at the plate with 2 on and 1 out. He's walked and popped out to short, 0 for 1. All 1 inside from Elbert. A 5-0 Padres lead in the bottom of the 4th. Meanwhile, the Brewers have gotten a little closer, scoring a run, but it's an 8-5 Rockies lead, the bottom of the 7th at Coors Field. The Cunningham racing out, the Dodger pitching coach. Guillermo Bona beginning to loosen for Los Angeles.
Boy, kudos to the Padres offense and the way they're hitting the baseball and scoring runs. Going into this game, the Dodgers have the #1 ERA collectively at 3.44. #1 bullpen ERA in the National League with a 3.20. These are good pitchers now. I know Randy Reddy deep down inside, he's smiling.
And just like we talked about in the open, on the other end, Dodgers having trouble putting runs on the board. Clayton Richards threw 4 innings. They've got 1 hit. They've got 0 runs on the board. The team that's chasing them is winning again.
The 3 1/3 innings for the Dodgers starter John Garland, his second shortest outing of the season, the only shorter one when he went 2 2/3 while still a member of Arizona against Atlanta on May 29th. He's had Rockies score. Colorado up 3 in the 7th. Two on Adrian.
So you know the old adage, you learn something every day at the ballpark. I just learned something new about the obstruction rule. Regardless of what, if the guy's going back, whatever, it's in between.
He's in between.
He's awarded the base.
The next base.
Wow.
And Martin, runner heading for third, and Gwynn safe. That was quite a throw from Martin to make it close with the third baseman, Loretta, coming in on the move. And a wild pitch advances Tony.
Well, this ball didn't get that far away, really. I think Martin was surprised to see the runner going.
And, good call by the third base umpire. He was kind of blocked. Did you see that? Greg Gibson was kind of blocked a little bit, but he got the call right. Tony got his foot in there.
Stayed on the bag.
Well, Mark, foot. Looked like he's having a little trouble over there at third base.
Well, it's runners at the corners. 1 out and a full count on Adrian.
You know what I love? I just noticed this, and Tony, you will appreciate this, I'm sure. A lot of guys are afraid at third base to get off as far as the defender is off. Mark Loretta is well off of third base. Tony is maybe 3/4 of the way off the bag that Mark Loretta is playing away from the bag. And that's the way you play it.
Yeah.
You get off as far as the third baseman is playing. Now, Tony, secondary lead, he's a third of the way down the third base line.
115th walk of the season given to Adrian Gonzalez, and the bases are loaded. Troy Tulowitzki's added a 2-run home run moments ago, and now it's 10-5 Colorado, bottom of the 7th. The hat wave came down from the Dodger bullpen that Mota is ready, and the question is, do they want Chase to bat right-handed or left-handed? Chase's average is lower right-handed than left, so they're going to leave the lefty Elbert in. And have Chase bat right-handed, and he takes low ball 1. 251 right-handed, 268 left-handed, the numbers for Chase. Two and 0. 5-0 Padres in the 4th. Headley knocked in a run in the first, the game's first run. He singled and scored in the third. He's 2 for 2. Fouls it away right side. Not the fastball by him, and it's 2-2. Runs to a full count. Left-handed hitting Venable on deck.
Spend something to that right center field gap.
Make sure it's in the zone.
Over 3-2 with the bases loaded. Near that outside corner, but close enough that Headley protecting fouls it away.
Look out at the Dodger defenders. A lot of guys standing with their hands on their hip.
For call, gets it out at second, relay to first. Double play, wins the inning. Padres get a run and strand a couple. We finished off 4, San Diego 5, LA nothing.
Mid-game recap from America's Finest City is brought to you by Murray Lamper Construction. If you're looking for a company that'll give you a great value, call my friends at Murray Lamper Construction. They're dedicated to 100% customer satisfaction since 1975. So for more info, get on the web at murraylampert.com. Marco?
Thank you, Bub. Mark Loretta leading off. Fouls it back quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on the Dodger third baseman. He flied to left his first time up. That is followed by Ethier and Martin. The 6, 7, and 8 batters in the LA fifth. Final line on Garland was 3 1/3, 5 runs, 4 earned, 7 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. And a play right side. 5 runs, 7 hits, an error for the Padres. 0-1-1 so far for Los Angeles. Dodgers' magic number is 1 and has been for a few nights. 1 to clinch the NL West. They've already clinched a playoff spot. A Rocky loss or a Dodger win. And they win the NL West for the 2nd consecutive season, but the Rockies have a 5-run lead in the 8th tonight at Coors Field. And the Dodgers trail by 5 in the 5th here. From 0-2 to 3-2.
Again, you just added to your lead. You sure want to get this leadoff hitter out.
Up the middle, Eck, diving stop from his knees to first. Nice. What a play by Eckstein. 1 out. Eck sliding to his right, and from his knees, throwing out Loretta, and they hang a star on that one.
Poor Mark Loretta here, because I think he thought this ball was up the middle, and it looked like he started to make his little turn to come around first, and then Eck came up with it.
You know, Eck didn't even come up with it cleanly. Comes out of his glove a little bit there. I didn't think there was a chance they were going to get Loretta.
I didn't either.
What a great play by Eck.
He knocks it down, doesn't give up on the play. Finishes it off and gets the out.
Well, look at Eck, our little mascot. Isn't he great? He's just the cutest little thing, isn't he? I love that guy. He's a scrapper. Look at, he doesn't care how he looks. Hat looks like it's been through the wash. It's crooked. He just gets the job done. He's our little mascot.
Left field, Headley spinning around and reaches up to make the catch. Ethier hitting it well the other way, and Headley did a little spin and made the grab right at the front of the warning track. Time for the Aflac answer. A question, which two broadcasters preceded Vince Scully in the Dodger broadcast booth? And the answer is legendary Red Barber, and the one you may not have known, Connie Desmond. And there's Vin, who in 1950 joined the Brooklyn Dodgers. Of course, moved west with them in 1957.
And we have our Hall of Famer here in San Diego, who we're proud to see each and every day here. Wearing the Padre colors, the Colonel, Jerry Coleman, the man in San Diego.
The man.
Fouled away by Russell Martin. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Martin, the second, grounded out to the third baseman, Kuzminoff. Low from Clay Richard, 2 balls and a strike. Clay Richard now at 70 pitches on the night, 4 2/3. 3-1. Final play right side. Kuz to his left. Scoops, throws. Side retired. Second time tonight, Martin is grounded to Kuzminoff. 5 in a row retired by Richard, with help on a great play to begin the inning from Eck.
Players Club, get a free lobster buffet. Returning players get a $3 discount, so you got to go. Get this, all you can eat, Maine lobster, Alaskan king crab, jumbo shrimp, sushi, oysters on the half shell, prime rib, grilled steaks, short ribs, Italian, Mexican, Asian cuisine. Did I mention dessert? Did I say lobster? I like lobster. Valley View Casino, got to go.
We headed to the bottom of the fifth. Padres leading this one 5-0. Venable, Coos, and Hundley scheduled. Well, tonight it struck out and fly to right. The lefty Elbert, high drive, but fouled on the right field side. That may reach the third tank. Oh, it does. Bounces back down into the second deck. Will sent that way up where the Marines sit on Sunday. They don't give any foul balls up in that section.
We haven't even gotten a ball up here this year.
That one directly into the booth. The closest was at the camera position right below us. And Mota ready in the bullpen. This may be the only hitter that Albert's going to face here in the fifth. Albert got the final 2 outs of the fourth. And a strikeout, one away. And let's see if Torrey makes the move, and indeed he will. So with Coos coming up, the Dodgers will go get the right-hander Mota. This pitching change is brought to you by San Diego Harley-Davidson, where we are always country first. Loan and deposit products. If you live, work, or go to school in San Diego County, open an account today.
Well, hard thrower out of the bullpen for the Dodgers, Guillermo Mota. Pretty good numbers. Opponent's only hitting .225 off the right-hander. And after Kevin Kuzminoff laced that home run out of the ballpark, Joe Torre's thinking, I got to stop this right now. A couple of righties coming up, Kuzminoff and Hundley. Torre hoping that Mota can shut him down here.
Ball one upstairs. Kuz's homer in the third, is 18th of the season. And up to 88 runs batted in. Popped up on the right side, the first baseman Aloni and the catcher Martin in the on-deck circle. It was caught by Martin.
I was hoping Coos gave me a couple of pitches to talk about it, but last night, the single to center field, and tonight, the home run to left field, both of those balls are down. The one swing on the left, last night's base hit, got down on his back knee, but as we talked about, Mud, as you talked about, he likes the ball down, and he really gets to that ball nicely when it's down.
Hundley double leading off the second and has struck out 1 for 2.
Well, the Padres have done a nice job of putting pressure on the Dodgers tonight, especially with the runners in scoring position category. The Padres have had 11 runners in scoring position tonight, at least one in each inning. You're going to win a lot of games doing that.
Well, the home run was huge. I mean, you can get them 3 at a time with one swing of the bat.
.95-mile-per-hour fastball, a strike.
You know, Mota's an easy gas. You faced Mota, didn't you, Tony?
Yeah, easy gas. Got a good slider and a good changeup.
Mota missed a couple of weeks. Came off the DL about 2 weeks ago. Had a toe problem. Missed 15 games with an ingrown toenail. Strike call, 2-2.
It wasn't a double switch, so he's going to go, through this inning and probably a pinch hitter.
The pitcher spot due to lead off the next inning for LA. Padres 1 in the first, 3 in the third on the Kuzminoff home run, and 1 in the fourth, leading 5-0 in the bottom of the fifth. Still 2-2 on Hundley. Nobody on, 2 outs. Left field, left center, and down for a base hit. Kept cutting it off, and Hundley singles with 2 down. Makes 2 out of 3.
Stayed back on that nicely. Kind of flipped it into left field, a little slider.
You know, there's one thing it happens quite a bit, but I made the mistake many times. But if you've got a fastball that's 95, 96, you saw it Nick's back end going towards the Dodger dugout, his top end going towards the Padre dugout. The slider speeds up his bat, right?
Yep.
I mean, if Mota throws a sinker, 2-seamer in, there's good luck at trying to catch up to that.
I don't know from a pitching standpoint how to answer that, but from a hitter standpoint, it's. A lot of times they try to get too cute.
And maybe it wasn't in the spot he wanted to throw the slider.
And that's usually what it is the thought process is right. He wanted that ball down. He wanted it going away, and instead he leaves it up and you make a mistake. But the swing that Hundley took, no question, he had him fooled.
Yeah.
Watch his backside and watch the finish of the bat. He doesn't even get it all the way through. He's out in front. And he just happened to hit it where nobody was for a base hit. So as a hitter, you go to first base and say, boy, I got a hit even though I didn't take the best swing.
Hundley takes off and steals the bag. 5th of the season for Hundley in 6 attempts. He gets into scoring position with 2 outs.
Oh, this Padre team's been fun to watch tonight over the last couple months or so. As Nick Hundley, flash look. Everett trying to distract Martin a little bit with the fake bunt, and not even close at second base.
You got to help Nick with his slides in the second base, and really, all Hundley did was what you're seeing now is taking a bat out of Everett's hand And going to give Clayton Richard a chance to drive him in. But check out the slot.
Not a good pop-up slot.
Got to work on that a little bit.
And saying, yeah, sorry, ever took that bat out of your hands. Huh?
It wasn't real smart on my part right there.
They just intentionally put Cabrera on to bring up the pitcher, Clayton Richard. Bundled up. Fastball, strike one. Banned in the second and grounded out to short in the fourth. Two fastballs, 0-2. Well, it doesn't get cute with Richard. It's 3 number ones and a strikeout to end the inning. 2 men left on. San Diego stranded 7 after 5.
Be there as we show our appreciation for you, the Friar Faithful, on Saturday, October 3rd at 7:05 when we take on the Giants and get a Padres calendar.
Get your free Padres calendar presented by Golden State Graphics, Saturday, October 3rd at 7:05. Richard back to the mound for the 6th inning. Pitcher spot due up, and Juan Pierre will pinch hit. .306 average for Pierre. We did more than fill in admirably.
Absolutely.
For Manny Ramirez during the 50-game suspension.
I was going to say, he carried him.
He became a hero up
Yeah,
there.
he did. Not easy, coming off the bench, but
one hopper backing up, gathered by Everett. High throw, but in time. And we get the speedy Pierre, 1 out in the 6th.
You know what I look at on a play like that? Everett maturing into a big league shortstop, knowing who hit the ball. He didn't catch the ball, crow hop. He's got good enough arm at shortstop to where he gets it, sets the back foot, and then goes. No time to crow hop because it's Speedy Pierre.
Yep.
That's knowing your base runner and knowing how hard the ball was hit.
I agree. You're right, and that comes from playing in whatever number of games he's played in here. You know, getting opportunities, figuring out what you can do and what you can't do.
The call is grounded to short and reached on an error. Up high from Richard, 2 balls and a strike. Foul down the right field side. The Padres have gotten outstanding defense tonight. Have turned a couple of double plays. Have gotten some great defense from Everett, as well as Eck.
Are we going to get to the point to where we become immune to the great plays of Everett, where he just makes a circus play and it's like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Hope so.
A walk, 2 for call. And it leads us to our Subway $5 footlong fan poll. Text Subway to 269-411 now for your chance to win. Tonight's question: which Padres should win a Gold Glove? A. Kuz, B. Eck, C. Adrian. Subway, eat fresh. Your 3 choices. Now, Eck has 2 errors on the season. Adrian, the reigning Gold Glove winner at first, was 7. And Kuz, with the best fielding position at third base, 3. Popped up by Hudson, and Eck at the edge of the outfield grass, 2 outs.
It's going to be interesting to see if one of these guys do win one.
Well, the reality of it is that offense does play a part in this.
And that stinks, if I could be frank.
Yeah.
I don't care if a guy hits 180. If he plays 155 games at whatever position and has a handful of errors or less and he's got 600 chances, if he doesn't win a Gold Glove, that's bullfrog.
Well, that argument you got to have with the coaches and managers around the league. That's some votes.
Well, is there like a bat connected to the Gold Glove trophy?
You had to ask them that question. I don't know. But I'll tell you this, a lot of times the guy who makes the fewest errors doesn't win the Gold Glove.
And that's a shame. Considering he's played consistently there all year long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We're talking 150 games. He is your guy.
I would agree. Cruz and Adrian are about as good as you're going to see, but they make the steady play. Sometimes it's the spectacular play that catches your attention.
And Kuz is going to end up playing in 142 games if he starts every game the rest of the year out. This is number 139 for Kuz. Yep.
I think I was the one who started the campaign that this guy's going to win a Gold Glove one day. So, yeah, we'd love to see him win one.
2-2 on Ramirez.
Plus, that Gold Glove is like the coolest award in Major League Baseball.
It is. It's very cool.
Yeah.
And he's walked a couple of times tonight. Brewers are batting in the ninth, trailing Colorado by 5. Did he lay off the breaking ball? He did, according to Andy Fletcher. 3-2.
Breaking ball down and in. Ooh.
close. But I
Did
think
he make an attempt?
He made an attempt. I say bang it.
3-2. Strikeout of Manny ends the inning. Richard walked a man. We got the pop-up of Hudson and fans Ramirez to win the frame. Midpoint of the sixth. Inside to Eck. 2-0. Strike call. Well, it is over in Denver. Rockies beat the Brewers 10-6. So the magic number for the Dodgers is still uno.
Takes any of the luster off for the Dodgers, having 3 chances to try to win this one game and come up short, and now losing here in the 4th time. I doubt it.
Well, I know the Dodgers still have 3 chances left, but to this point in the 2-game series, once again, to this point, we talked about the number 1 ERA at 3.44 for the Dodgers. In this series, 13 innings pitched, 11 walks, 2 home runs. They've given up 8 runs. That's an ERA just under 5. So the Padre hitters doing a fine job putting the ball in play, coming up with some big hits with runners on.
Win running, swing and a miss, throw to second, right on the bag, and the tag for call. Win caught stealing. Good throw there by Martin to get him. And to strike him out, throw him out. Double play.
Dia did a nice job of holding the ball. You see Junior looking in. Heck wasn't able to foul it off or anything, and strike him out throwing off.
Bases are empty for Adrian.
Oh,
wow.
The Ephus curveball. How about that?
That's
59 miles an hour.
The slowest one I think I've ever seen right there. 59.
I love that. Wow. I don't think even Levon throws him that softly.
Back to the fastball mid-90s. And it's 0-2. Pie with the heat. Adrian has walked twice tonight and popped out to short. 0 for 1. Couple of strikeouts for Vicente Padilla. This game will move to the 7th here at Petco. 5-0 San Diego. Aflac. We've got you under our wing. And by the North County Transit District from North County, take the coaster train to every home game at Petco Park. Glad to have you with us on this Wednesday night. Mark Neely, Mark Grant, and Tony Gwynn. A 5-0 Padre lead into the 7th.
It's nice for Clayton Richard to have a little padding also going late into the ball game. You know, don't look now, but he's throwing a one-hitter. I told you not to look.
Matt Kemp has that one hit, a single in the first. He's also rolled into a double play and is 1 out of 2. Nothing in 2.
Clayton's had a real good changeup. I don't know if it's just turning over on the fastball, but his off speed tonight has really been effective.
Down in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. High fly to left. Headley back. Warning track and makes the catch.
Off the end.
And a little out in front.
You know, as a pitcher, you're 60 feet, 6 inches away. When the guy takes a swing, you know that sound. You know when you give one up, and by the body language of Kemp and the sound of the ball off the bat, I'll bet you dime to donuts that Clayton Richard thought, yep, this one's going to stay in the yard.
Towards the hole. Backhanded. Cabrera on to first. Nice play. Retiring Loney.
Kind of runs around the backhand that time. And watch him get his feet on the dirt. So
Earlier tonight, Loney had one up the middle that Cabrera robbed him on.
Yeah, he's hitting it to the wrong guy.
Runner is flying to left and grounded to second. After a crowd of 25,318 last night, 25,469 tonight. It's a shame there's not a third game of this series tomorrow. The LA fans can hang around and buy more tickets. But both these teams will have an off day tomorrow.
how strange is that? 2 off days in the final week.
Well, this off day tomorrow, the game that was supposed to be played tomorrow was actually shifted to the second game of the season. Instead of
I remember that. It was original off day that first series.
And Loretta brings a fly ball to center. Tony makes the catch. 7 scoreless so far tonight for Clayton Richard, who's thrown 103 pitches, so probably finished for the night. Time to stretch. Show those Padre fans.
There's the old jersey looking good.
Going to take his off for a few moments anyway. We go into the home half of the 7th. Cleanup hitter Chase Henley leading off. Five nothing Padres. 1 in the first on a Headley RBI single. 3 in the third on a Coos 3-run homer. And 1 in the fourth on a run that scored in a bizarre fashion. Cabrera scoring on obstruction when the runner got him in a, what would we call it, a leg lock?
Leg lock.
Hulk Hogan would have been proud. Ground ball to Orlando Hudson. One away in the 7th. High Definition is brought to you by Irving Hughes. Life is a lease. Negotiate well. For 3 tonight for Will. One-0 pitch. And a fly ball to left field. Manny Ramirez back now in. Now a few steps to his left. 2 outs.
Yeah, Padilla working up a lather out there. What was it game time temperature?
68.
68?
So let's drop the degree. Coos has had the big hit tonight. A 3-run homer in the third.
You know, I think there might be some tomfoolery or some ballyhoo going on out there.
In reference to?
Maybe a spitball or something? Oh, yeah, I'm throwing it out there. Looks like his hair, it's like sweaty almost, but yet the rest of his body really isn't sweating all that much, and he goes to the back of his cap quite a bit.
Off the outside corner, 3-1.
See if he goes to the back of his hat and goes to his glove, get a little pine tar. Just a thought.
Pulled foul. You like it when you're thinking. Padilla, his reputation in Texas was that he was a bit of a headhunter. And that the Ranger players didn't like that because they, in retaliation, they would get hit. Yeah.
And he didn't have to.
I'll be honest, I was kind of surprised they let him go.
Well, his numbers were always pretty good over there, especially in that ballpark. It's lined into right field. Ethier makes the catch. Coos hits it well the other way, but lines out for the final out. Down in order go the Padres after 7, 5-0. Presented by Sequan Casino. For your chance to win a jersey from an actual Padres player or coach, purchase a $1 scratch-off ticket at your next Padres game from a guest service representative or the guest service centers or the Padres ticket office lobby on non-game days. All proceeds benefit the Padres Foundation. By the way, I was told by Terry downstairs that 44 jerseys will be given away off the back on Sunday, the camouflage jerseys.
Right-hander Mike Adams comes in the 8th inning here, and Mike pitched the 8th inning last night. 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, and it's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it, boys? 8th inning, Mike Adams, and a Padre lead. Great numbers for Mike. My goodness, that is just
obscene.
Oh.
Ethier Martin in the pitcher spot, due up in the Dodger 8th. This is not your average 7-hole hitter, however, leading off the 8th inning for LA. With 105 runs batted in.
How about Clayton Richard? He tore the 1-hitter for 7 innings.
3 walks, couple of strikeouts. Nice line tonight for Clay.
Outstanding.
Good finish for him for the 09 campaign. Seven innings, no runs, 1 hit, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. The final line on Clayton Richard. Through 103 pitches. A strike makes it 2-1. Two balls and a strike. A leadoff walk to Ethier here in the 8th. True Padres stories presented by Farmers Insurance on this date. September 30th at 98, Kevin Brown records 16 punch-outs. The Padres beat Randy Johnson and the Astros 2-1 in Game 1 of the NL Division Series. And we take you back. And Kevin Brown ringing him up. And Tony, you guys had a lot of confidence going into the postseason, but was that when you win Game 1 over Randy Johnson and the Houston team that won over 100 games, you really start believing in
that?
Yeah,
absolutely. And you know, that was that series where you played a day, you had a day off. You played a day, you had a day off. So, you know, we're able to throw Kevin Brown in Game 1. You know, we had to face Randy Johnson again in Game 3 because of the off days, but winning Game 1, no question.
And winning there.
Yeah, on the road, 16 punch-outs. You know, Randy was like, when he'd gotten traded from Seattle to Houston, and he was like 12-1 or 13-1.
Visit farmers.com today to hear real true stories from Farmers customers. Farmers Insurance already feels good. Strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Martin is grounded out to Kuzminov twice. First one there, and makes it a 1-2 count. Foul that hit Martin in the batter's box. Leadoff walk to Ethier here in the 8th. A little bit high. You have Tomey in the on-deck circle waiting to bat for the pitcher. So if Martin reaches, Tomey's got the potential to make this a game again with one swing. A full count. An uncharacteristic wildness here from Mike Adams. Good in play to center field, and Tony Gwynn. One out. And Tomey will pinch hit and bat with one man on base. Strike one.
Joe Thatcher did a nice job on Tomey last night when the pressure was on. Bullpen did a nice job last night in a close game. Came in and he struck out Tomey. Did not have some good swings against the lefty.
No. He didn't, but, you know, when you're pinch hitting, you know, especially this time of year, September, come down the stretch, you know, you got to realize there's a good chance you're going to face a left-handed pitcher. You know, the extra guys you got in bullpens, he's a guy that warrants facing a left-handed pitcher. And it's not that he can't hit lefties, because he's shown throughout his career that he could, but you know, if he's on this playoff roster, he might as well bank on the fact that most of the time he's going to see a left-handed pitcher.
2 balls and a strike to the pinch hitter, Jim Tomey. Fouled straight back.
Did Nick get that off the...
Might have got a piece of him, yeah.
Because Tim McClellan's doing his best to buy Nick a little bit of time. Just mentioned something to Jim Tomey.
Another deep count here for Adams. It goes full on Tomey. Adams has already thrown 18 pitches here in the 8th inning. Another 3-2 pitch. Strike out of Tomey, 2 gone.
Nice slider under the hands for Tomey.
Let's see, pitch 3-2 right there under his knuckles.
Top of the order in for call. And the Rockies have won tonight. They beat the Brewers 10-6, so the Dodger magic number still 1 to clinch the NL West. Nothing Padres in the 8th. For call, 0 for 2 with a walk. Taking all the way, and it's a strike. This, of course, the final meeting of the season between these clubs. If the Padres can hang on, they will have won 5 of the 9 meetings here at Petco with the Dodgers. A Padre win would still mean the Dodgers would take the season series 10 wins to 8. Though LA won 7 of the first 9 meetings this year with the Padres. 0-2 pitch. Late swing and a miss by Furcal, who strikes out. And Adams, a little erratic at times in that inning, but comes back after the leadoff walk to Ethier. He gets Martin, the pinch hitter, Tomey, and fans Furcal. It stays 5-0. That's Jerry's price. Maybe tonight's best seat winners. New Dodger pitcher is Jeff Weaver.
See the number 6-4. Opponent's hitting 281.
We'll face the bottom 3 here in the 8th inning. Hunley, Cabrera, and then the pitcher's spot. 5-0 San Diego. A 3-run Kuzmanov homer in the 3rd has been the key blast in this one. Weaver becomes the 5th Dodger pitcher of the game. Nick has doubled, struck out, and singled. A 2-for-3 night. Ripped to left, over the head of Ramirez, and off the fence. Manny plays it quickly and will hold him to a long single. That ball needed about another 5 or 6 feet to get out, but with the topspin, it stayed in the ballpark.
Only put a nice swing on it. Manny Ramirez made a nice play on the relay.
He played this ball perfectly.
What's that top hand snap over? That's what caused that ball to have top spin on it. Only recognized quickly that Manny was on it and gotten it back in.
Looked like a fastball, didn't it, from Weaver? Weaver throws a fastball, slider, change, and a curve. Always working from the stretch.
Never tripled and scored in the 4th. Stick around for postgame when we're finished tonight with John Weisbarth and Bob Scanlon. And then starting Monday, October 5th, postgame Monday through Friday, every night at 10 o'clock. We'll cover all your local sports. Strike on the inside corner to Eberth. The story here tonight, the Rockies win. So their lead over the Braves in the wild card is 4 with 4 to play. So the Rockies' magic number to clinch a playoff spot is 1, which they can do tomorrow. They host the Brewers.
With the way they're playing, what is it with the Rockies in September baseball?
They seem to have some magic, don't they?
Who's the one team they've played here down the stretch that played them tough?
The Pods.
These young Padres.
Softly to the right side. Loney gets the lead man, Hundley. Well, the Padres have taken a couple of series from the Rockies recently. One team the Rockies have not played well against this year, though, the Dodgers. LA is 12-3 against Colorado this season. But sometimes Big Mo doesn't really care what the season series is.
You're right.
Edgar pinch hitting. First to check on the base runner, Cabrera. Back standing. He reports in a strike. Phillies got a win tonight. They beat up the Astros 10-3. So if the Dodgers fail to win here, Phillies are only going to be a game behind the Dodgers for the best record in the National League. So even if the Rockies were to lose tomorrow and the Dodgers clinch, there's still a lot for the Dodgers to play for. You got home field. But I got a suspicion it's going to be pretty interesting.
I agree.
That series starts at Dodger Stadium on Friday.
I don't think anybody wants very much of that wild card team this year. The Cardinals have, clinched earlier, and Pujols is still playing, Holiday's still playing. They're all trying to stay sharp and getting their rotation in order. But the Phillies, I'm sure, will do that now because they've had some guys banged up.
Cardinals have not played all that well since clinching. They lost again today to the Reds, 6-1. St. Louis has now dropped 3 in a row.
A lot of fans have approached me since Edgar went from the bigger helmet back to the regular helmet. I remember, Mark, we mentioned on the last road trip, the big helmet didn't, it served its purpose as far as being better padded and better protection, but it didn't fit him right. It wasn't snug enough. And remember the game where he got the fastball up and in and he had to hit the deck? The helmet actually came off.
Yeah, and that scared him.
Yeah, so he went back to the regular helmet.
Scared him that he would be helmetless. Numerous throws over to first, drawing the ire of the crowd here. Cabrera running. Martin's throw high. And head for a slide. Cabrera picks up his 25th stolen base. "25 steals for the rookie."
People were booing because Weaver was going to first base. And we figured Cabrera would be running, and sure enough, he was. He was able to steal his 25th base.
It's been a good year for number one, huh? Martin throwing out 25% this year. League average is about 32.
And that gets by Martin, and Cabrera will scamper to third. And ball 4 to Edgar Gonzalez. It's a pass ball charged to Martin.
Slider away, just wasn't able to corral it.
First pitch strike. Off the plate. Weaver on in relief for the Dodgers here in the 8th. A 5-0 Padre lead. So they're going to take at least a 5-run lead to the 9th. The heart of the order due up for LA. Only a single that scored tonight. 1 for 3 with a walk.
Tony, how often do you talk to Tony about at-bats? And
Every night.
to pitch by pitch, detail?
If he describes it that way, yeah.
Do you let him approach you, or?
Yeah, I don't call him. He calls me. If he wants to talk about it, yeah, we can talk about it. I think the most we've gone without talking had been 3 days because he wasn't going good, and I knew he didn't want to talk about it. Didn't need me pestering him about it, but
sometimes you need your space, I guess.
yeah,
huh?
yep.
He goes, and the strikeout is the second out of the inning. And is at the corners for David Eckstein. Five runs, 9 hits for the Padres. 0-1-1 for the Dodgers. If not for that 2-out single by Matt Kemp in the first for LA, we'd have a whole other storyline we'd be following in the 9th inning tonight. Rookie ball off the plate for ball 1. Got the lefty Sherrill getting ready in the Dodger bullpen. So with Adrian Due up next. There's Sherrill, who's been terrific since coming over from the American League. So if Weaver were to lose Eck, looks like we would see Sherrill enter this game. 2-1. Back in the count, runs to 2-2. Looking at the Dodger night, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Hudson, Manny Ramirez, and Matt Kemp do up. Mike chases the slider and strikes out. Padres strand 2 and have left 9. Last chance for LA. We'll go to the 9th. Padres 5, Dodgers nothing. The opportunity to win great prizes during Friar Faithful Appreciation Weekend presented by Gaslamp Quarter Association. Be sure to be at Petco Park. Final 3 games of the season, October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th this weekend for your chance to win great prizes. Not a save situation. 5-0 Padres into the 9th, and the new hurler is right-hander Luke Gregerson.
Well, everything has worked out nicely tonight for the San Diego Padres. Clayton Richard giving up 1 hit in his 7 innings of work. Mike Adams threw a no-hitter for 1 inning. So Luke Gregerson, a great opportunity. He's got 2, 3, and 4 hitters go for San Diego or for LA, but collectively, Tony, these guys can throw a one-hit shutout tonight.
That pitched great. You know, the Dodgers, we talked about it in the open, have had a little bit of trouble putting some runs on the board. And again, great pitching tonight, like they saw last night, like they saw the last day in Pittsburgh. They've lost 3 in a row and you know, sit on the brink of possibly losing 4 games in a row, trying to win a division.
1-2 on Orlando Hudson, heart of the order for the Dodgers here in the 9th.
You get choked up just talking about it.
I am. Hudson, Ramirez, and Kemp. Longest losing streak, by the way, for the Dodgers this year is 4. Back on the 26th to the 29th of July, so they're in danger of equaling that with a loss here tonight. A little bit high, 2-2. And the Dodgers lost 4 in a row in that span. They lost 1 to Florida and 3 in a row to the Cardinals. 2-2 from Gregerson. Working back foul. High Definition is brought to you by Irving Hughes. Life is a lease. Negotiate well. That's it back to the plate with New Lumber and a 2-2 count. One gone in the ninth.
Add to the strikeout total for this bullpen of the San Diego Padres. We talked about that in the pregame show. Mike Adams with 2 strikeouts and 1 so far for the right-hander Luke Gregerson.
Manny Ramirez has walked twice and struck out once, 0 for 1. Slider inside for ball 1. Well, the Dodgers, we know, are headed to the postseason, regardless of what happens here tonight and the next 3 games for them against the Rockies. And unless something drastically different happens in the next 3 games, Manny's not the guy leading their offense headed into the postseason this year, is he?
No, he's not. But he's still capable. But just seeing what I've seen here down the stretch here the last week, he's just not as sharp, not swinging as well as he did a year ago. And I think we talked about it earlier. I think Matt Kemp is that guy you're not going to let beat you. Andre Ethier is that guy.
Manny is a piece, but not the centerpiece right now of their offense. Like he was the centerpiece, obviously, in the postseason last year and at the end of the regular season a year ago.
And in this short game, 2-game series, the pitching staff's done a great job. We talked about that also, containing 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the order. Last night, only 1 hit for Ethier, Ramirez, Kemp. Tonight, 1 hit for Kemp. 3, 4, 5. Same thing.
Yeah. Still 2-2. Well, now nobody on in the Dodger ninth. Padres 2 outs away from sweeping this short 2-game series. They strike out of Manny and 2 gone.
Slider in the middle of the plate. That's usually a ball Manny handles.
I was just going to say, that wasn't even Luke's best slider.
Here's Kemp. There's the lone LA hit. A 2-out single to left center in the first.
If he doesn't get that hit in the first inning, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't even have a chance to even bring it up.
If I recall last year, the Dodgers actually won a game with the Angels in which they were no hit.
Yeah.
June 28th of 2008. They beat the Angels 1-0. The Dodgers did not even have a base hit. 2-0. All 3. Fewest hits in a game this season for the Dodgers coming in is 2.
There's some concerned looks on the Dodgers' faces to me.
The 4-pitch walk to Kemp. Well, I know there's one out to go here, but the Dodgers right now have scored 2 runs in their last nearly 3 games.
Yeah.
They were beat 11-1 at Pittsburgh in the finale of that series. Of course, 3-1 here last night. And it's 5-0 with 2 outs in the ninth tonight. First baseman James Loney grounded out twice and flied out 0 for 3.
This has been a pretty good team on the road, the Dodgers, with 10 games over 500 with 45 and 35, 18 games over at home. Normally they're a pretty good hitting ball club. But here lately, they've scuffled a little bit offensively.
The difference will allow Kemp to go down to second. The Dodger loss tonight would be, as we mentioned, 4 in a row and 5 of their last 6. And LA down to their final strike.
Well, Heath Bell struck out the side last night in the 9th. Mike Adams struck out 2 in the 8th last night. Adams struck out 2 again tonight.
Gregerson's 1-2 to Loney. And the Padres say there'll be no Dodger party at Petco. Padres shut out the Dodgers 5-0, sweep this short 2-game series. And the Dodgers dropped their 4th in a row.